You are watching Xirtus.
No, there's a lot of stuff that our government does that I don't like, and I don't know, man.
Wow, I just posted another one in the private chat. Have you ever heard of Operation Large Area Coverage?
Ooh,
LAC, Operation LAC.
this one's new to me.
Yeah, they dispersed microscopic zinc cadmium sulfide particles
Right,
over
this
the
one.
United States. And
Ooh.
I've been looking for this one.
Shit, I
oh,
missed
you know
it.
what? We
And
got
they also use Bacillus golbigi, which is used in, I believe, sea spray.
I think Sam's here, guys. It's Sam.
Oh,
By the
whoa,
way.
oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Oh, we're live. We're live.
There it is. There it is. Good to see you, Sam. What's up?
Yeah.
Yes, hello, gentlemen. Broadcasting live deep from an underground military bunker or a spaceship high above the plane of Earth. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. Happy hump day, gentlemen. Happy hump day. I've been listening to the show this whole time, and of course, you've been talking about UFOs, UAPs, aliens. Someone who was at Roswell, there on the ground. Now, I can't talk about everything, but I can talk about a few things. Everything else that I can't talk about is because I signed NDAs. But I will tell you this. There's no such thing as little green or gray men, at least the way how you've been told. But I will tell you that the intelligence apparatus, the, what do they say, the alphabet agencies, didn't actually get their foot off the ground, figuratively, until the Nazis were integrated due to Operation Paperclip. That is fact. That is, you can research that. Now, anything beyond, listen, anything beyond that, well, it could be speculative. And I understand that. Misinformation, propaganda, Mockingbird, all of that stuff. But the one thing that I will tell you, other than that there are lands on the other side of the ice wall, is that the moon, yes, the moon. Listen, I might get in trouble for this. But yes, it's made out of cheese. It is made out of cheese. The moon is made out of cheese. People often want to debate which kind. That's probably their own personal preference, but I'm telling you right now, it's Swiss. It is Swiss. But
that would explain the tunnels.
Oh, the Swiss got there first.
That's yeah, it's because banking. No, you're right. It's because
You're right. It's the Rothschilds.
Absolutely, yeah.
They
Right.
can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, gosh, listen, they're already there. Oh no, oh my gosh. But anyways, gentlemen, I was sitting there listening to the whole conversation, and of course, you open the door right to what I was going to talk about. And let me see if I can bring this back up here. Hold on just a moment. I had something. Yes, here we go. Robert William Barker, born December 12th, 1923, died August 26th, 2003, otherwise known as Bob Barker, was an American game show television host, hosting CBS's The Price is Right, the longest-running game show in North American television history from 1972 until his retirement in 2007. Now, what's interesting about Bob Barker, other than the fact that he lived to be 99, and if that serves me correctly, that is close as you can get to $1 without going over. So he made it, tip of the cap to old Bob, but over the last couple of days, I've had people asking me questions. And they said, well, this doesn't make sense, Sam. Why are they reporting on Bob Barker's death now? Didn't he die a few years ago? And it was interesting because then I sat there and I said, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Why are people doing this? And then the next thing you know, I start seeing meme after meme after meme of rest in peace, Bob Barker, with Nelson Mandela waving at him. So it goes back to then the question you guys were just talking about a few moments ago, talking about CERN, talking about how worlds and dimensions colliding, or is it just people misremembering? That's what I wanted to ask you guys. Bob Barker passing away, in terms of what we know, was this past Saturday. But there is a segment of the population, just like Nelson Mandela, that think he was already dead. Xirtus, Xirtus, you get the floor. You go first.
I like that we talked about this yesterday. I like that he died at 99 this time because, you know, that's the prime timeline where he doesn't quite go to $1. He doesn't roll over. So I think that's probably
it was 99 when he passed away,
according to this version. But my first video I ever really put out was about Bob Denver and how Bob Denver has died over 100 times. Bob Denver died in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. He still dies.
Denver or John Denver? Is it John Denver?
Bob Denver, who played in Gilligan's Island and in Dobie Gillis. The Dobie Gillis guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Maynard G. Krebs. And I felt like there's literally a timeline that opened up where Dobie Gillis exists, and I'm in a timeline from where Dobie Gillis existed, but a lot of people at the time weren't from the Dobie Gillis timeline. You know, and I probably wasn't from the Dobie Gillis timeline originally because I know a lot about media. I didn't hear about Dobie Gillis with Bob Denver until like 2012. You know what I mean? And so I felt like there was some really weird thing there, like the whole universe, and it's a better universe. The Bob Denver universe is a better universe. So hopefully Bob Denver's a time traveler. And I think Barker's probably a time traveler too.
Maybe he's the one pushing CERN's buttons, as you guys
I'm
were
a
talking
big
about
Quantum Leap fan.
Right?
So that's, you know.
All right. Anybody else? The whole Mandela effect. What's going on? You guys remember Bob Barker? I mean, he was hosting The Price is Right up until he said he was 82 years old. When asked why he was retiring at 82, he said, well, I wanted to make sure I was still young because I have a lot more life to live. Something to that effect. So
cool. Mark, what about you? What do you think about Bob Barker? You watch The Price is Right? I can tell.
Well, when it comes to people thinking people died, every year my dad tells me Clint Eastwood died. I have to tell him, no, Dad, Clint Eastwood's still alive.
Yeah.
That's because there's so many bullshit. My dad's an older gentleman, and there's so many bullshit videos on YouTube where the title's like Clint Eastwood died to get you to click it. So, and people's memories are terrible.
Clint Eastwood will never die.
I remember when he said Napoleon Dynamite died, and I started reading the article, and it was like he died a stupid death, and I was like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah. It tricks the older people.
Right.
What about Dolly Parton though? Do you think she's a clone? Like, or is she still alive? Is that still her?
I think her titties are clones.
Man. Sure. Oh yeah, that's about right. But we all can agree when it does come to clones. Earlier today, I don't know if you saw this, but Mitch McConnell rose again.
Right. Yeah, this is important.
He froze up again. The
What's
second time he's been powered down. Now, my question is he a clone? Is he a robot? Or does he just need to hang it up? My gosh.
Yeah, what's Ultra about? You think so? You don't think that Mitch McConnell's got some other... I mean, because he did act like... I mean, come on. Is it just the pills he's on? Is it the guided meditation session tapes that they have on his pod? What is it? What's he doing? What's making him that weird? He's being pretty weird.
He's having a health moment. To me, it's just he's
just a health moment.
Yeah, these people need to retire, but they never do.
So Biden's not in a rubber mask. He's just having a health moment, even though he looks completely different than he used to.
Well, no, Joe Biden.
I think we're entering into like prescription. Okay, do you ever watch old movies? Right, I watch a lot of old movies and I think about the drugs they're on. I don't know. It's one thing. I always, as a kid, I'd be like, wow. This whole 60s, you can tell they're on marijuana. Oh, wow. This 80s, they're on cocaine, you know, and it's like you can see it in the lighting, how much cocaine they're on. And when amphetamines changes the fluorescence in like 87, you know, and I find that interesting. Like we entered and exited cocaine and marijuana culture in the 90s. And the 90s actually became this weird yuppie Clintonian culture. And there's a lot of prescription drugs that started, you know, Adderall and all this other stuff started being pushed. And now we're in the I think we're in the prescription drug culture. And I think that's really like, you'll hear people tell bad jokes, like dad jokes on Twitter. And they're like, it's like they're on Ambien. They're like, and then they'll join in. I think people are becoming accepting of their, like everyone around them being on like SSRIs and all these things. And it's maybe the greater majority of people interacting at work with people like that.
Well, that's why they always say sober is the new high, right? So
yeah, but they think they're sober because they're on their prescription drugs. They think as soon as they wake up in the morning, and they're all surrounded by people that do it too.
Oh, it's crazy. It is very crazy. The last thing that I wanted to bring up before I head out of here was the fact that it seems that the Hollywood strike, that there's no end in sight. The Hollywood strike, there's no end in sight. Yes, I'm a poet and I know it. But the thing that I wanted to bring up was a CGI expert who broke ground on Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park has predicted a startling future for Hollywood when it comes to AI. The next leap and what it'll do and how it will fool anyone. And that we will have an all CGI AI created movie, but it will fool us because we will think that it's real.
Today's show brought to you by imagination. You know, that thing you lost when you were a child, the foundation of creativity, the ability to dream, and the determination to reach the stars. Imagination. From the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
Accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What do you mean, biblical? What he means is Old Testament, yeah, Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling. 40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.